6:30, I'll call the meeting to order, the regular meeting, Mount Holly Planning Commission, September 16th. First order of business is, are there any changes to the agenda? I have a couple quick additions. We'll just consider it under subdivisions. There's a not yet complete application from the Kellys regarding, I think it's their Bullsville Road property. They have a letter here that we can read. I think they're interested to maybe have a sketch plan review before they complete the application, so I'll add that in here. I'll just maybe put it under the other thing, under maybe reports. I have a letter that Faith received regarding the minutes from last month. And let's see. And we have a hearing next month that we'll talk about on the schedule. And we have Fire Pond on here already. No, I think that's it. So just those two things. The letter under reports and the subdivision incomplete proposal under subdivisions. Does anybody have anything else? No. Okay. Any objections to adding those and calling the agenda complete?
No objection here.
Okay, hearing no objection, the agenda is approved. Let's move right on. We have minutes from Faith for last month. Has everyone had a chance to review the August 19th minutes?
I reviewed them, I had no problem. I thought they were fine.
I don't.
Yeah, I read them.
I don't.
Okay. Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve the August 19th minutes.
You are here.
Yeah, I know.
They can make it.
You're not.
I'll move, he can second it.
Second it. All right. Any comments? Any discussion? All in favor of approving the minutes from August 19th as distributed?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Hello, Stephen.
Greetings.
Our minutes are approved. We just approved the August minutes as distributed.
Faith looks good here.
And we added two items to the agenda. One is the discussion of the incomplete Kelly subdivision proposal, and under reports, which we'll get to in a moment, a letter that Faith received. Okay, so let's see. Faith's report she submitted by email because she's not here, and I have that right here. All right. This is why Faith does this for me, right? Air report September 16th. BCR is received. Orcus Birch Run 18 by 32 pad and a 6 by 10 shed. Hare, Ortonville Road, single family residence, wastewater permit in place. Chance Farm, Fowler Brook Road, 60 by 40 equipment store. Requested location, she requested location details since there's a large swath of river corridor flood hazard area on the property. Alyssa Kroner has now made the correct payment, so the BCR for the Belmont General Store is now in place.
Jurisdictional opinion.
Yep, so Faith requested a jurisdictional opinion on the Belmont store, and it's in process. Quinn Mann, who is the regional coordinator, has asked for additional details on specific construction plans, I think as she meant to say.
Did they say which part of the plan?
Quinn asked for, I guess, some understanding of what the store was going to be doing from here on out. I think the jurisdictional opinion is sort of, say, from the point that the sort of triggering event was the boundary line adjustment and the acquisition of the meadow. So from that point on, I think they're looking at construction that has actually occurred. But right now, they don't have, I guess the state doesn't have a clear idea on what's planned from here on out. And frankly, neither do I. So,
I'm not sure anybody does.
right. So I think part of that, I think Faith must have made her aware of some of the curb cut, the parking and street side improvements they had planned, because I think she's the select board clerk, I'm sure she's familiar with what they proposed there. I am not, I wasn't able to attend that select board meeting, so were you there at that meeting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still a little, I wasn't unsure. I thought the town didn't have a problem. And you can correct me, did they say Bovee was gonna put it in?
I don't remember hearing who was gonna put
Yeah, I
it in.
don't remember.
Let's back
that.
up, so what was the proposal? Is it the stop sign proposal, or is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, and I suggested a stoplight, but they didn't.
I'm not sure how the stop sign's gonna work, because you get people parked on that side of the street, and how are you gonna see that stop sign?
But
Was there an actual concrete plan presented, or?
no, there was something that was presented, but that didn't specifically talk about, like it's gonna draw it this way, or we're gonna.
There wasn't a drawing.
I remember the plan he originally had, where he was going to build out a curb
I remember that.
right around where that he's putting in concrete and cinder block, where there used to be the access to the loading dock.
Loading dock, yeah.
He's doing it inside his property line. The thing he first presented maybe 2 years ago, he showed like some kind of curve coming out
Yeah.
that he was talking about putting a stop sign there.
Okay.
But they didn't specifically say, well, Ron, you were there, right?
Yeah, my recollection is that they said it's all town property, the town will make the decision, someone will work with Bovee to figure out, I don't know who would work, somebody would work with Bovee to figure out how to do it.
Probably Chad.
It's like sort of.
That was a sounding one.
Oh.
I don't know. Okay, so did the select board make a decision? I can look back at the video, but whether or not. Was there a decision that was made, or?
No, I think they just said they would work out an idea with Bovee.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think any decision.
I don't remember a decision being made.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. I didn't know if Bovee was doing something or not.
So I think that was part of what the state was requesting, what's going on there. Faith's gonna look into that, I guess. Let's see. Anything else on the JO? Oh, I guess maybe, well, let's keep going. The letter is actually listed on here. Armstrong certified letter regarding the camper in the flood hazard area has been returned undeliverable. Okay, so that's the camper down.
Yeah.
Yep. Down in your neighborhood there, and I guess we can't get mail to them, so that's a little bit of a challenge.
Does it have to be sent by certified mail?
Well, I think the reason that she did that from memory.
I think she sent some
Is she-
non-certified at the beginning.
Yeah, she's been trying to get a hold of them in any way, and she wasn't sure. I think David suggested that maybe that wasn't the current address, and they're not accepting mail there. So this,
The only
But-
thing I could say is we could check to see or talk with, they're not delinquent on their taxes.
I can't remember, David mentioned something about that last
Because I was
time.
gonna say that if they're not delinquent, then they're definitely getting their tax bill. So whatever that address is should be good.
So she'll, that's, they can handle that. She's, follow up. Blue Spruce Inn bakers have not submitted the flood hazard area permit application. I will follow up. So I assume you're here for that item. That's all I have here.
There's no follow-up, we dropped it off today.
Oh, yeah,
It's
okay.
on Faye's desk, we made contact with Kyle, it's filled out per his request, and he said just give it to Faith and she can contact him.
Okay,
So if you
good.
can pass that info along,
I will. Yeah, thanks for doing that.
No.
Appreciate it.
done.
All right. Anything else on that? I think that's all we had on that. Okay. Lastly, the letter. All right, so I think it was actually sent to Carol and then handed to Faith. I'll just go ahead and read it. tow clerk. You wanna read it for me?
Oh, no, I thought you were gonna, you couldn't see it. Yeah, that one.
I can do this. This one's.
No, I know it already, I read it already.
It's a typo, but I'll just, town clerk, Mount Holly. I'm writing about the quote-unquote anonymous report submitted to the town clerk and planning commission. Page 16, September chit chat, so we did pull that out, we'll get to that in a second.
I couldn't find it honestly, but
It's
Yeah,
the second one down.
buried in
Andrew
the,
found it.
It's right in there.
Page 16, right after general store,
okay.
first sentence.
I'll just finish this. I do not believe that an anonymous report should receive any consideration by the town clerk or planning commission.
I see it now.
I'll wait for that. The acceptance of an anonymous report does not allow for the ability to check on the source's credibility, motives, or qualification as a resident of Mount Holly. There is also no opportunity for the public to have a direct discourse with the author's views. I believe the town should only accept reports or comments if the author is willing to provide their name or names. Anonymous reports and comments should not be considered or acted on by the town. Thank you for your consideration, Kathleen Lieber, Mount Holly. So I was perplexed as to what that was because I didn't remember any report, but so we tracked it down here in the chit chats from our minutes from June. That's why I didn't remember it. On page 16, under Belmont General Store, it says, following an anonymous report to the town clerk expressing concerns about proposals for building out a curb in front of the post office and its effect on snow plowing. AO, meaning Faith, asked Alyssa Cronert to update the BCR and give information on site plans. I have absolutely no idea who sent that report or anything about it. I haven't seen it. That was from Faith's report to us. But what I do know is in Faith's report this month, it looks like Alyssa has satisfied Faith's concerns about the BCR. So whatever concern she had apparently is alleviated, at least partly. I guess the general issue that the letter raises is, should any credence be given to anonymous reports? I will open that up to you all to discuss.
I have an opinion.
Sure, let's hear it.
Well, I understand the letter writer's concern. I also think that you have to put things into context. And no one was, I think it's appropriate if you receive an anonymous complaint to then ask questions to determine whether there's validity to it. I would agree that I wouldn't make a decision or reach a conclusion just based on an anonymous complaint. But I actually think we did the right thing, or the right thing was done here. The administrative officer asked Alyssa about it, and Alyssa cleared it up. So I don't see any problem with what actually happened here. I think you get tips from people, and they may or may not be true, and it's the job of a responsible administrator or board or commission to make sure it actually has some facts before it does anything. And that's what the administrative officer did here.
Stephen?
No, basically agree, but I sort of understand, particularly with the store, you don't, you know, if I were, and I wasn't, but if I were the writer,
I'm not so sure, Stephen.
yeah, well, I use better English. You wouldn't want to antagonize, because you may want to go into the store and buy a coffee or whatever.
You're saying there might be a good reason for someone to remain anonymous.
There may be,
I
yes.
understand what you're saying.
And you also, you know, for whatever reason, a person may want to stay anonymous, and like you said, if it comes in, you have to at least investigate. You don't necessarily have to make a decision at that moment, but it needs to be investigated. It could be on anything besides the store, you know. Could be my neighbor is doing something that I don't want to, you know, be public or whatever. You know, and you have to find out if my neighbor is doing what I claim. Not much different than what you said, but
What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Andy as far as the fact that we received, or not we, but Faith received a complaint. Well, actually, town clerk received a complaint that got passed on to Faith, and my personal opinion on it is Faith looked into it, determined if there was a problem or not, and moved along with it. I mean, we can't, I guess you could ignore it, but if it actually turns into something, then it's going to be a pretty big black eye on this committee for sure for ignoring it, especially if we had a complaint about it. I mean, if it was actually materialized into something. So I'd say it never hurts to look into it a little bit. There was no like cut and dry decision like, oh, I received this complaint, we're gonna send them a nasty letter saying they can't do this. We just reached out and asked.
And not even us.
Yeah, again, not even us. The administrative officer reached out and asked, but again,
Yeah,
it was still.
I agree with Andy.
No, you're fine. I agree. It's
No,
not even really.
I agree with Andy, you know, I mean, you get a letter, you have to read it, and you have to at least look into it. Whether you act on it or not, it may not require acting on it, just,
I mean, I've
you need to
gone to
check
places.
it.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to places and people have been like, yeah, my neighbor's pissed off at me, that's why, you know, this report got filed or whatever, and it's like, okay, and you look into it and, yep, it is, or no, there actually is a problem.
Yeah, I get them kind all the time.
And this also, you know, arrived in a context where lots of work is being done on the store, so it's not a crazy thought that they might have plans for something that's along the lines that's being described relating to the curve. So,
Yeah. I mean, it's a project that they've been working on for a while, and it's also stuff that they have plans in with us for that, you know, if they change, we would need to know.
Right. Well, it sounds like you're all in agreement, which is a nice thing to hear. I'm inclined to agree as well. I think for me, I'm almost always going to land on the side of transparency. If we get a letter from somebody, I think it's something that we have to read. We can't ignore. Certainly Faith couldn't do it either, I believe. And it's within our power to independently determine its credibility. And I think we can do that with some skill. And I don't think any harm flowed from it. So I appreciate hearing from Kathy, just as I think I would someone who didn't feel safe or comfortable signing their name. So I'll continue to read any letter we get and credit it as appropriate. So, all right, you ready to move on? Anything else?
it's not on the BCR. I just noticed they're doing construction on the Sawyer Hill right up by Harry's, right above Harry's. They put a
there's a driveway being put in.
there's a driveway and they already did a
Culvert?
Culvert, yeah.
Okay, so you want
And I
Faith
don't
to look
remember,
into it?
now, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember ever hearing about BCR over there.
Yeah, I don't either.
ACR for Sawyer Hill.
Yeah, it's just after you cross the bridge within about 100 feet.
50 to 100
50,
feet.
yeah, right on the right side. Right
It's
there.
property that used to be owned by Tripp and Debbie, and they recently sold it.
The other one that was for
The
sale
1.7 acres.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Anything else on Faith's report? Okay. I don't have anything else, do I? I sent around something from the state plan. They finalized the map, maybe? You all saw, whatever it was. I think they finalized the regional map.
Nick commented on it.
We talked about last month, they sent around the draft. I think they just
They finalized.
finalized it, I think, is what it was.
I think, I have to go on memory, you said they took almost everything but, and I'm trying to remember what the but was.
Oh,
It was in
for
your
our
note.
change, yeah,
It was
they
in
didn't
your
change our growth area up the street here. So they didn't want to
Yeah.
do that, I guess.
Oh, the Mount Holly town, or town,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah. All right. I don't think I had anything else. Oh, good. So let's go into subdivision. So, first off, let me know that we have at 6 p.m. before our next meeting, which will be the 21st, I believe, we will have a hearing on the C. Gordner modification.
Okay.
And I don't have any other materials here, but we can review those in the hearing. If you recall, that's where we have, it was once the Bolalic subdivision, and it is being amended for access and new screening. I believe Faith has noticed that already, or is in the process of doing so, so we should be all set for 6 p.m. on October 21st. The next one is the proposed subdivision for the Kelly lands on Bowlesville.
Now, is that bowl going north or south?
North.
Is it?
Yeah.
2 different pieces of land.
Let's see if we can make heads or tails of this with the terrible. All right, well, let me read this letter from Lisa anyway. This is a cover letter to their not quite complete packet. To whom it may concern, regarding the subdivision of family land between brothers, from Appendix A, map has been recorded. Appendix A.
I think, I'm not sure, but I think she may be talking about the minor subdivision.
Oh, here we go.
No.
Yeah, they're just basically dividing the piece in half.
Yeah, but it doesn't actually have the full.
Map has been recorded. Map with the subdivision boundary on it? Or is that? This must have been a prior subdivision maybe, huh?
No, where does it say it's been reported?
Map has been recorded.
Oh, I thought they said Appendix A.
Well, anyway, let me finish reading it. I think this is sort of like... Oh, I see what they're doing. From Appendix A, I think she's using the checklist.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's kind of going down the checklist. Map has been recorded, which is confusing, because you don't get to do that yet, but, okay. On the survey, the entire acreage per lot and number of lots is shown. Oh, so she's doing our checklist for us, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
Which the subdivision, I'm a little confused because it doesn't actually show the whole boundary on that map. It's just one line. And then see how it's not even touching the other side of the property? It's just gonna stop there.
I can't really read the writing here. Class 4 access. Oh, this is the access. Community driveway.
It's also,
Well, it must follow this.
well, that's what one would think, but it doesn't. It just says subdivision line there and then nothing after that. Or is that our previous line? See, it looks like this is a previous line here.
Well, that's a stone wall. These are stone walls, these guys.
Yeah.
All
But there's
right, well,
monuments on the stone wall, so you would think that's a line. See, the little round circles are monuments according to the legend on it. Monument
Yeah,
sites.
yeah,
So there's
usually.
monuments there, so I would think you'd want to go to there, right? Is what they were trying to do. I don't know, but it needs to be completed.
My guess is that they're doing a jog out like that. But, all right, so my main question with this one is, what's up with the recording? So, okay. I have attached a topo map from the A&R Atlas showing topography. It is the intent that the front lot will have the primary home in the place of the current cabin. Okay, so they're going to be building a new home. Lot 1, is that what they said? I don't see the existing cabin listed on here, do you? So the road is here. I'm not sure what they mean by front, because they're kind of side by side.
All right, let's go over the
This is
cabin would be
north.
out. The cabin would be out here.
Oh, they're gonna do one of these far end ones, huh?
Well, the cabin is existing.
Yeah. Would they say on the site of the cabin? Yeah, in the
The
place.
last night, as far as I know, it had water and septic.
Yeah, all right, let me just keep going. The back lot. See, this isn't what I usually consider a front and back lot, but.
I think
side
she's
by side.
considering front and back. Or maybe vice versa.
Or maybe we're looking at something else. Is there maybe a different subdivision than we think?
Could be.
All right, so I'm not quite sure. Let's ask for,
Does she
Little
list in her
clarification.
letter here how?
all right, anyway. Yeah, because I usually consider front and back from the road. Yeah, all right.
You know,
From
usually
back-
consider the roadside the front and the back one to be further
That lot
in.
will eventually have a domicile. Secondary or primary, but no current plans to build there. We will obtain perk tests once we are ready to build and obtain the property wastewater permits. Well, that one, we're gonna have to talk to her about that one, right? So, all right.
As well as the
Each lot will have private wells, okay. Utility access is at the intersection of the class 4 road on the corner. We intend to bring underground to the top of the field. Alright. See attached map which highlights culverts, wetlands, water courses. Attached map, this must be this one. Okay. Well, I appreciate her going through the checklist, and that's helpful, I guess, but I think there might be a couple of things that Faith's gonna wanna follow up on with them. And, all right, let's see if this helps us any. So there, that's the property. Alright. And this one here, I believe.
See, I wish this wasn't here, because I think this is 155.
Just read her letter. Hi Kathy.
Hi.
We read your letter already.
Oh, okay.
This is 155 here.
oh,
So here's the
I think
property.
what she's saying
Here's
is
the property.
front and back is see right here on this map, there's Bowles Road South and Bowlesville North, so it must be this property both between the two, and they're talking about from one side to the other. You know, like from moving this way to that way. And on her map, I would say that, see how it says right here, class 4 access? Class 4, oh, they're all class 4 access, never mind.
Oh, so this is the sort of discontinued part of Bowlesville in the middle.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they're saying they're gonna come from, I think from
So
this
back-
side in, so
Back with
this,
respect to Bowlesville North.
Right.
either north or south, one or the
So
other.
back
Hey,
lot,
Barbie.
south lot. back
They'll be
north.
probably coming in on the north, I would expect the north-south.
So back lot is the south lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And they're coming in from where they're replacing that bridge.
They also need to have,
Okay.
yeah,
And,
So yeah, so let me note on here.
yeah, it's-
may need to be, I mean, this survey's rather old.
There it is. Alright, I'm just gonna say, just for our purposes, back lot. South. Lot.
And I just want to check to make sure. The other thing I'll say with the checklist is they might need to, is missing the top of that on
The
it.
contours.
Contour lines.
Contours.
Missing any like wetlands type stuff showing forest and that stuff that we've been having.
I would say, I think we maybe just ask Lisa and Greg or both to come in and chat with us. It'd probably be the easiest thing.
Because the other thing too is.
Bring in their plan and we can, does that sound
Yeah,
reasonable?
that sounds like.
Okay.
Instead of guessing.
It would make life a lot
It
easier.
would just simplify everything.
I'm
Yeah.
also, I think in every subdivision that's come before us, at least while I've been on the commission, the owners have the required state permits in hand or are going to get them. And so I see she's checked not applicable on all the septic things in the checklist, but they also don't have their state permits, so I'm not really sure it's correct to say they're not applicable.
Well,
probably
she
is.
said she's gonna do the wastewater permitting after getting the subdivision, but that's unfortunately not how it works.
Well, she's talking about the one where there's nothing there. I'm gonna call it the south parcel.
No,
The
she's
north
talking-
parcel has the cabin.
Yeah, so she's
I
clearly
understand.
talking about the
Which
one.
has the wastewater already. Has
Yes.
water and
Does it?
wastewater in it.
But
Does it?
That's what I thought she
it
said.
says we will obtain perk tests once
Well-
we are ready to build.
But
Yeah, but I
I'm pretty
thought-
certain that you can't build.
It could be confused. I thought she was talking about
Well, we don't have it.
The-
So in any case, if there is a permit for this cabin, we don't have it.
Yeah.
Right, so, okay, well, so we'll ask Faith to follow up on a couple of these things to iron them out, and then we'll have them come in and chat with us. It'll be the
That'll be the easiest
Because
thing,
I don't
'cause-
like this going back and forth playing
Trying to figure out what she meant by
ping
this.
pong with emails and all that stuff. All right, so,
And not just that, but it's, we can get it all hashed out as
Yeah.
to what they mean.
they're reasonable people and we'll get it all done, so. All right, so, anything else on that? Okay. Kathy Lieber's here. Hi, Kathy.
Hey,
We addressed your letter.
okay.
Is there anything else?
I was
you'd
in
like-
another meeting, so I just got out. Huh?
No problem. I read it aloud into the
Okay,
minutes.
good, thank you.
Our conclusion, like I said, that we all were in agreement that we appreciate your thoughts. We can't discredit any information we get unless we investigate it, right? So we didn't get the letter. It was passed on to us through a chain.
I understand.
Clerk and
I understand.
administrative officer.
I understand that.
And actually, today's the first time I saw it, your letter.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever saw the initial anonymous letter.
No, it was just a reference that was made in the,
Faith
in
in
the,
our minutes.
in the
right?
minutes, right, and that's
Right.
what caught my eye, and I
Yeah.
just thought, you know, an anonymous report could come from who? You know, so I mean,
Yeah,
follow-up definitely has to happen before any action is taken place.
right. And I reassure you
And that's
that
where
Faith
my
would
concern is you don't
always-
act on something we don't know who it
Right.
came from.
Yeah, I can reassure you, Faith will always look into something to credit, to see if it has any merit before she does anything.
Okay.
And I would suggest that if you didn't feel comfortable sending this letter, that could have been done anonymously and I still would have read it.
Well, reading it and acting on it is another thing.
I don't think
That's-
anybody in
okay.
this committee, or I could probably speak for Faith on this, would ever act on anything.
Okay, that's
Without
the
looking into it.
reassurance.
Yeah.
Well, just to be
Good
clear,
luck, yeah.
she acted on it in the sense of making inquiries to find out whether it's
Yeah.
true or not.
Right.
Well, that's
But-
fine.
But no one would accept it at face value to be true
Good.
without investigating.
Okay, that's the reassurance that was needed, yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to say about it?
No, I think
Okay.
that's what I was looking for,
Okay.
but, yeah.
All right, so let's see. Fire pond easement, let's just jump into that one.
Oh,
So I think we're pretty close. Let's
We
see.
jumped over email other. Is there nothing, or was Kathy's letter
That's sort of, yeah, correspondence. I don't believe I have anything to report on correspondence. Everything I got, I forwarded to you guys. Do you remember seeing any emails?
Yeah, I'm like popping up. I'm like, oh, trying to track this. Of course, like I said, I missed last meeting, so
Yeah, I don't think
tearing my
there's
hair out
any-
wondering what.
Okay. Do you know of any email that I'm missing? That I forwarded?
No, not that I'm.
Fire pond. So we have a proposed easement from Robert Garrow's attorney. And there was some suggestions made that we needed to discuss in an open meeting. And I'll just summarize those. So is everybody roughly familiar with what we had? Okay. The proposal was for three changes. In the paragraph granting access to the town and its agents, let's find that one. Oh, it's all pretty much.
I'm sorry?
I was just going to identify, I'm going through the suggestions. So
Yeah.
in the paragraph granting access to the town and its agents.
Yeah, it's in the second line of the second paragraph, indented paragraph.
Yeah, okay.
And I would just propose that say access by itself and its contractors and agents.
All right, can you identify the first word? Is it access shall be deemed? Is that the sentence we're looking at? No.
No,
Okay.
the purpose of this easement is to grant the town,
Yeah,
that paragraph, this
Yeah.
next line, access by itself and
Oh,
its,
in the same sentence, okay.
Yeah.
It's a long sentence. Yeah, lawyers tend to like these long sentences. That's a good one. Five lines? Okay.
4 lines.
Oh, it's only 4. All right, so the suggestion is to add,
Access by itself and its agents and contractors. I'm sorry, or its contractors and agents, whichever order.
either before or after agents.
Right.
I'm fine with that. Anybody else? All right. And is the rest the same?
The next suggestion I had is in the second to last line in that paragraph. Where, actually at the end of the third to last, it says, and to maintain, repair, replace, upgrade, restore, and test all fire suppression related improvements.
Yeah.
My suggestion would be to say, and to maintain and repair the fire pond, and to maintain, repair, replace, so forth.
Yeah, that makes sense because it doesn't actually
You
talk about the fire pond itself. It's just talking about the hydrant.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you don't maintain the pond, the hydrant's useless.
Right.
Right, okay. The word maintain is probably the only one you really need for the,
I don't know if repairs might be appropriate.
well, maintain, I think restore, probably. I mean, so the town should have the right to make it operable. Right now, it's not.
Yeah, I would just put in there, I would just take the right to maintain, repair, replace, you know how it continues on about the equipment, and I would just add and the pond or something to that nature.
Maintain and improve the pond.
Well, it says upgrade.
Well, my worry is about saying improve might imply to some people expand it, which I would imagine the owner might not appreciate.
Well, we need to have it, I mean, it's going to need to be dredged to become operable.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's like,
Well, should we say maintain the operability of the pond? Or something like
Well, I'd
that?
say maintain means to keep steady. So we need to,
improve it, or,
I don't know,
Yeah,
what's the
restore
best
it.
word to describe that? It needs to get better.
Clean up.
I just.
What
think
is
it-
the work that needs, what is the work that needs to be done?
Anything that
It needs, the work that needs to be done is to clean it.
Right, I mean, it started out like yay big and now it's just shrunk right now.
Ponds fill in, that's just, they turn it from ponds to wetlands if you
Right.
don't, yeah.
So I was just going to maintain the operability of the pond as a way around that, but maybe that's too vague.
Well, I think somebody might quibble with like maintain it means to keep it the same, but
Well, we say maintain and improve, and then if Mr. Corsones has a problem with it, they'll let us know.
I think.
No, I agree with improve. I mean, it's not looking like they're looking to, would be looking to dig a whole new pond. It would just be to clean out what's there back to what it originally was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pond. And then the rest of the sentence, and just add and to.
And to, exactly, maintain, repair.
All right, everybody okay with that? Yep, okay. And the last one?
In that third paragraph in the middle line, I would say, repair any damage caused to the premises by such access.
Before and shall?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
If the barn burns down, I don't want the town to be responsible for rebuilding it.
Right. So,
Yeah.
Good?
Yep.
Good? All right. All right, those are easy enough. Anybody have anything else? I think it's pretty much good to go with those changes.
I'm fine with all changes.
Did he send us a Word document for this? Does anybody-
No.
Oh, so we got it, okay.
I think it's
You
easy
can
enough to
convert it
describe where we want what
Okay.
inserted.
All right.
I think you can convert it to Word.
Yeah, then you spend a lot of time
I'm not gonna
screwing around with the
I'm
formatting.
not messing
I would
around.
just add it in, and if they get it wrong the next time,
I'll write
they
him,
can
I'll
work on
write
it.
him an email saying we discussed it tonight and that we've resolved to accept it with these changes.
Right.
Does everyone agree with that?
Or
I do.
just scan that and send it to them.
I could. Yeah, I'll figure out how
Yeah,
to.
just,
All right, we all in agreement?
yeah.
All right, great. All right, great, thank you. And we can put that whole situation to bed, that would be nice.
Yeah, right.
All right. Where are we now?
Unfinished business.
We don't have much to report there. I got nothing back from Cavendish on that. We'll just have to go ahead with what we have so far. I was hoping to get that Word document, but we can convert it, the PDF to Word. All right. Steven wants to do that. We'll do that. Anybody have any thoughts on that? That's been slow going, but we'll get there eventually. Always
It's
hard.
not like,
It's always hard with
I
stairs.
mean, it's been like that since what, 98? It's not like it's gonna,
It's not going anywhere, but it's also giving us headaches every time we go through it, so.
Yeah.
Public comments. I probably could have mentioned it earlier. I have one from Alyssa Kroner through Faith, that she took exception to the way I described a meeting Andy and I had with Quinn Mann several months ago now. Andy and I talked to Quinn when we were trying to figure out how they would proceed with the Robert Garrow subdivision. And sort of in passing, the subject came up of the store, and she was at that time, and Andy, correct me if I'm misstating this, at that time she was unaware that the store or the family had acquired the meadow behind it, and she was unaware of our permitting the boundary line adjustment. And she had apparently reached out several times to Alyssa, I guess partly on Faith's urging, to get clarification on those issues, and her emails were apparently not returned. And I reported to you all that Quinn wasn't happy about that. And that's true and accurate. Alyssa asked me to recant and take that back, saying that I'm somehow disparaging her. I think we've been pretty clear that all we want is transparency in this forum, and I believe we still haven't gotten it. And I believe the state is feeling that same frustration, both on the Act 250 side of the permitting and on the wastewater side of the permitting. So I think there's not much for me to say.
I think I'm not certain about this. I think it's possible that Quinn was aware that the meadow had been purchased, but had not been made aware of the boundary line adjustments, and didn't think that the two properties were connected. Now,
That sounds right, yeah.
so that might, but in any event, and we walked her through it, actually provided Quinn with the, book and page numbers where the boundary line adjustment had been recorded, and she had been unaware of that.
Right. And I'll sort of add a little bit of my own opinion to this. I think one of the things that I personally feel pretty strongly about is that everybody has to play by the same rules, right? Whether you are sort of privileged and you live in Belmont or you live elsewhere in town, we're trying to apply the same rules to everyone, and that pretty much pisses everybody off. But that's just the way it is, and I believe that kind of fairness is appropriate, and it's what we're expected to do. So please be transparent with us, be honest, be upfront, and everything will go a lot smoother. That's sort of my advice to everybody. Anything else on that?
I would say I agree, and I'd also add that most people are proactive and bring things to our and the state's attention, and don't wait for someone from the state to call them and ask, what about this or what about that? So it's very helpful for everyone to do their job and to do it with the least frustration if people take responsibility for compliance with both state and town rules and regulations.
All right. Any other public comments? You folks want to say anything? No? Kathy, anything? No? Okay. I think the upcoming meetings, so let's see. We have a meeting on the 21st and a hearing before, as I mentioned. 6 o'clock. Is that, actually, we did confirm that with you, right, Patrick?
The change?
That we have a hearing before the meeting next
I
time?
heard you earlier.
Is that okay with you?
Doesn't matter if it's okay. Yeah. we'll be here. Yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
You'll be here? All right, thank you.
Do you want to be?
Anything else?
Don't ask that.
Don't ask that.
We can finish in record time.
I wouldn't say record, but
All right.
Welcome back.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone. 7:17.